Have you ever walked away from an argument feeling unheard, even though you knew you were right? The truth is, winning isn't about facts or logic, it's about how you talk. After years of losing debates, I cracked the code. Here are 10 simple, game-changing methods to outcommunicate anyone, plus a tier list ranking which ones work best. The first method is the mirror method. When someone attacks your ideas, don't push back. Instead, reflect their words like a mirror. Say, "So you're saying," then repeat their point. This disarms them instantly because people love feeling heard. By echoing their thoughts, you build trust, making them more open to your side. For example, if someone says, "Your plan will never work," you respond, "So you're worried the plan might fail?" They might say, "Yeah, it's too risky." Then you can follow up with, "What if we adjusted it to reduce the risk?" This method is ranked in B tier. It's great for calming tensions, but won't single-handedly win the argument. Next is the question flood. Ask more questions than a toddler. Instead of stating your opinion, probe their logic. Questions force them to defend weak spots without you lifting a finger. For example, if they say, "We should cut costs by firing remote workers," you ask, "How would that affect team morale? What data shows remote workers underperform? Have we explored other cost-cutting options first?" This method is E tier. Questions put them on defense while you stay in control. The third method is the anchor adjust. Start with an outrageous claim, then compromise to your real goal. Humans anchor to the first number they hear. Ask for $100 when you want 50, and they'll think 50 is a steal. For example, you say, "We need a $10,000 budget for this project." They respond, "That's insane." You then say, "Okay, what if we try 5,000 and reassess?" This method is ranked in C tier. It works best in negotiations but not everyday debates. Another powerful method is the story switch. Facts bore people, but stories stick. Replace statistics with a relatable anecdote. For example, if someone argues, "Nobody needs a 4-day work week," you respond, "My friend's company switched to 4 days. Stress dropped 30% and productivity increased," one employee said. This method ranks in Eve tier because stories bypass logic and hit emotions. Then there's the silent pause. When they finish ranting, stay quiet for 3 to 4 seconds. Silence makes people uncomfortable, so they'll backtrack or overshare to fill the void. For example, if they say, "Your idea is unrealistic, it'll never happen," you respond with silence and a stare. They might then say, "I mean, unless we get more support, maybe." This method is B tier. It's powerful but risky because overdoing it can make you seem passive-aggressive. The common ground method is another great approach. Find one tiny thing you agree on. Start there, then expand. For example, if someone says, "We should ban all guns," you respond, "We both want safer communities, right? How do we balance safety with personal rights?" This method is ranked in Eve tier because it builds rapport fast, making them see you as an ally, not an enemy. The frame flip method is about changing how the argument is framed. If they call your idea expensive, reframe it as an investment. For example, if someone says, "This software costs too much," you reply, "It's not a cost, it's a tool to save 100 hours a year. What's an hour of your team's time worth?" This method is B tier. It requires quick thinking but shifts the entire debate. The echo tactic involves repeating their exact words back later. This subtly makes your point feel like their idea. For example, if they say, "We need to prioritize speed over quality," you later say, "Earlier, you said speed matters most. What if we use that speed to improve quality?" This method is C tier. It's effective but easy to overuse. The yes ladder is a proven psychological technique. Get them to agree to small points first. Each yes makes it harder to say no to bigger asks. For example, you ask, "Do we agree sales are down?" They say, "Yes." You ask, "And improving customer support could help?" They say, "Probably." You then ask, "Then upgrading our support team is a logical step, right?" This method is A tier because it builds agreement effectively. The final method is the future focus. Shift the argument to long-term consequences. Most people argue about now, but you can force them to think ahead. They say, "We don't need to fix the website yet." You ask, "If we wait, how much revenue will we lose in 6 months? What if competitors beat us to it?" This method ranks in B tier because it makes them confront hidden fears. Now, let's look at the tier list ranked best to good. In Eve tier, we have question flood, story switch, common ground, and yes ladder. In B tier, we have mirror method, silent pause, frame flip, and future focus. In C tier, we have anchor, adjust, and echo tactic. Arguments aren't won with facts. They're won with psychology. The best communicators adapt, use stories to charm, silence to unnerve, and questions to expose flaws. Practice these tactics and you'll never feel powerless in a debate again. Remember, the goal isn't to destroy someone, it's to make them want to agree with you. Master that, and you'll win every argument without raising your voice.